second left, man. God damn it. Yeah, fuck you guys.
Hello guys, Insanity here from AAA, giving you my gameplay review of the Division beta, which started today on PC. So when you first fire up the game, you get greeted by a character customization screen, but most of the options are locked in the beta, so I can't really tell you anything about the variety there is. I just chose a random present and just started the game. Then I looked into the menus because I wanted to see which weapons I got and also about the equipment, and I kind of felt overwhelmed at the start. Because there are a lot of weapons, a lot of customization going on. You can customize your weapons to your liking with grips and scopes, and which have different stats like critical hit chance or more XP from headshots. And then you have gear with different abilities like armor or health regeneration, and 3 skill trees, which I noticed at the beginning. There are medic, which is like a healing class. Then you have tech, which is like a damage dealing class with gadgets to destroy enemies. And you have security, which is like a buffing and defensive class. The game at the beginning felt right like an MMO to me, because you get quests and then you have to go to point A to point B, do this, kill this. And also I noticed that on the map there are MMO-like events, which I like. What I disliked is that the instances in the game felt kind of deserted. There weren't many players in my instance, so most of the events I played by myself, and I don't think that's really the point of those open maps in the game. Then the first mission, you have to start the base of operations, where you can then accept new missions. It's like a hub area with different vendors, etc. Then the first mission in the game, you gotta rescue some scientists, doctors for your medical station, and then when you have done this, your medic department gets upgraded. That's supposed how the PvE in this game works. You accept missions for medic, for your tech, for your security, and then you upgrade those, and then you get skills which you can select with Q or E in game. For example, you get a riot shield with the security, or with the medic you can heal your teammates. The missions are also replayable and have matchmaking, so if you don't have your friends available at the moment, you can just jump in, search for another players, and then just start the mission on hard to get better loot or something like that. The problem is that the AI felt pretty dumb to me. The enemies got stronger, they had more health, but they were just running in or just being in cover or doing stupid stuff. I don't know, the AI felt pretty underwhelming to me. Also, the most underwhelming thing in the first mission was by far the boss, who had like huge HP, was a huge bullet sponge, but was also just firing at you. Then you had to wait until he reloaded, and then you fire at him, so no real tactics involved there. And I really hope for the game and for the longevity of the game that this will change in later missions. The mission variety is really key here. The most of the missions in the beta are kill this, go there, do this, and I know my MMOs, and that can get boring really quickly. But you have the weapon variety, and I think they are betting that people are grinding those missions to get the best gear, so that may work. I don't know. We will see at the release. What I really like about the game, that the clothing and the armor are separated, so if you get an awesome piece of gear, you don't have to worry if it looks like crap, because you can just equip clothing which looks awesome and has no real stat value. The loot has also a different rarity, which brings us right to our next topic, which is the PvP part of the game. But PvP may be a bit misleading, because you can also engage in PvE in this area, and what I'm talking about is the so-called dark zone, in which you can engage in PvP against other players, and can also engage in PvE against the best and the strongest enemies in the game. So when you first enter the area, they are talking to you, be careful, and it's contaminated. And I noticed that you have different filters for your mouth, so I think that you need to collect or craft stronger filters to get in more contaminated areas, which is a feature I really like. When you kill enemies in the area, you can get loot from them. This loot you have to bring to an extract point, where an helicopter will come and will bring the loot out, because otherwise you can't collect it. The catch is that if another player kills you, then he can collect your loot. This brings us to a very nice mechanic in the game, which is when you kill another player, you go rogue, and everyone in that area can see you, and then they can chase you. But everyone seeing you is not correct. I first thought that maybe they can see you on the map, but in this area the map is disabled and you can only see in close proximity to yourself, so it's not really that bad. You can run away if you're good. If the enemies are not that good, you can run away and hide, and then your rogue status will go away and you get a bonus. If the enemies kill you, then they get a bonus for killing a rogue player and they collect your loot. The problem I have with this area is that also this felt at times a bit deserted. There's a lot of open space, and I think a lot of open space is wasted without any interaction. But I don't know, maybe in the full game they will scale the enemy count a bit up. I read something about that. I don't know if it's true. I hope for the game that this is true. The PvP can be really nice. I had some really nice encounters, and I think it's really funny when everyone is waiting for the helicopter and the timer is running down and everyone is looking at each other and everyone is suspicious, and you hide behind cover and think, oh, who's shooting at me? Who's killing me now? And yeah, it's really funny. The AI in this area is stronger. There are really some strong enemies with a lot of HP, but they are not really smarter, so there's problems still persisting. The team functions in that area really shine, like you can invite another player, just press tab and then you can look at his profile and can invite to your party. Also, which I really like, is the feature that you can have proximity chat, so if you're near another player, you can hear him speak, you can speak to him, and this is a feature really nice implemented in the Dark Zone, because when another player goes rogue and shoots at you, you can scream at him like, ah, you asshole, you just shot at me for no reason, you just wanted to collect my loot, you monster, and stuff like that. So that's really funny. After experiencing a lot of funny moments in the Dark Zone and also having a bit trouble with finding a party, so if you have no friends, then the Dark Zone can get a bit troublesome at moments. Then you're running alone and then you're going into a party of 4 people and they just see you and they just think, oh, we can easily kill him. Then they collect all your gear because some people are assholes apparently. That's really a problem. Which brings me right to my conclusion. So playing the game for around 4 hours, I have to say that especially for the PvE content, I'm really skeptical. I'm not convinced yet. I smell another Destiny where the game is fun for a few days and then the encounters get really boring, because when the encounters are not challenging and you don't have to fear anything and you're just grinding, then it gets old really quick, and I think a lot of players will see that the same way. The PvP can be fun, but it also depends on the players in your instance. A lot of times I heard people complaining over chat that all people are assholes and that they get killed the whole time and can't collect any loot, and I think that can really frustrating. But it's also funny to team up with other guys and just kill the guy that killed you. So we have to see how the dynamic of the player base will respond to that kind of freedom the developers are giving the players there. The variety of skills and mods is really nice, and I think the content will also dictate the longevity of the game, how much weapons are in the game, how many customization options are there. Can you really make your character your own? Can you really stand out as a player with a different play style? And also, can you stand out with a different skill build and really help your team and feel like, whoa, I totally healed through that and we only got that because I healed you so nice. Hey man, such a god, you know what I mean? That's why I hope the high level bosses need some strategy. If they are like the first boss on the game, I don't really see any incentive to really grind that PvE content, because that will get boring really quick if they're just bullet sponges. And yeah, from a technical perspective, I made a performance review and I gotta say that this is one of the most customizable and best PC ports I have seen from Ubisoft in the recent past, and that is really something. So from that perspective, you don't have to fear anything. The only thing is that the CPU load is quite heavy. That could be a problem. The CPU, you need to really have the CPU for that game. If you would ask me, Insanity, should I pre-order this game? Should I wait for the reviews? I have to tell you that please wait for the reviews and check out if the game has enough content and enough variety, because otherwise the PvE content can get old really quick, and if you don't have a group of friends available, PvP can get frustrating, and I don't know if the game can deliver enough content for the long run. this was my review about the game. I hope you liked it. If you liked it, like the video, subscribe to our channel. We are growing at the moment. I'm doing my best to improve my English, to improve my recording, to improve my editing. I'm just a noob at the moment, so please excuse the overuse of full words, and I see you guys in my next video.
Oh, this Athena guy's an asshole, and he's gonna try to go rogue on these guys.
I got the stuff out, none of it was any good though.
Oh!